Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Colonel VD Singh once again in front of you. And today we have a fantastic personality amongst us, Kalpen Shukla.
Thank you.
Kalpen Shukla is someone who has got, who wears many hats actually. A highly talented, highly educated individual who singularly has the privilege of being Alumni Association president of not one but two institutions, IIT Delhi and IIM Ahmedabad. I have never come across a person with this kind of profile. Kalpen Shukla has got so many specialties, in fact: industry research, analysis, development of business plans, product and business development initiative, techno-economic feasibility studies, entry strategies for exploration of domestic and international markets, analysis and due diligence of potential business deals, mergers and acquisitions, evaluation of business plans and joint venture proposals. He also participates in investment decisions and negotiation. Phew, my God, plethora of activities he is involved in. And I feel so privileged that today we are interacting one on one in heart to heart, a chat show. So, Kalpen, uh, tell us about yourself briefly and then we come to the topic.
So thank you, Kanan Singh, for inviting me for this show. It's a privilege to be here on this platform. The first thing I must say that you have been very generous with this introduction, so I would love to cut it short. All these things I did almost a couple of decades back, and I was fortunate to be part of these two great institutions, IIT Delhi and IIM Ahmedabad. And yes, I collected some experience at some of the equally well-known global names: Unilever, Johnson and Johnson, British Gas, etc. And yes, all these activities had been part of my job profile, where I indulge into very interesting activities. However, I would say that since it's a history and I shouldn't claim any further expertise on any of these areas, I would rather prefer that today we will talk about what I'm doing currently. Uh, it's again a very nice miracle, I should say, in life that I had the opportunity to head two of the most powerful alumni association of two institutes of eminence. Particularly, currently, I'm heading IIT Delhi Alumni Association, which has globally 65,000 IITD alum. And I also had the opportunity to head IIM Ahmedabad Alumni Association for nearly a decade in Mumbai. So I'm very singularly lucky, and probably I'm the only person who has been able to do this or enjoy this in life. So I
Wow.
am grateful to my alumni.
So, with this, we come to the topic, which is precisely alumni. The title is Alumni. Network is net worth. In fact, I think, Kalpen, all of us are alumni of some institute or the other.
Correct.
And sometimes we just take it as part of life. Okay, I studied in so and so institute, and I'm a member, and every year whenever there is a raising day or something, I go and attend that and meet my old friends. But I think it is much more beyond that. I think it's something which is a matter of creating net worth in life and adding meaningful things in your life. So, the couple of points which came in my mind, of course, you would be highlighting on that. When we talk about the alumni network, it provides connections, and which includes influential professionals, entrepreneurs, and leaders. And so, do you think these relationships also give rise to job opportunities or collaboration?
Actually, it's true. When I started using this terminology, in fact, I shouldn't claim that it is my coin phrase, but I've been using network is network since the time I understood the power of networking, the Metcalfe law. The power of the network increases exponentially as per the number of its members. And I fortunately could see that power in some ways. And I would say, yes, uh, employment opportunities is one small part of entire activity that one can hold through alumni associations. And it is one single largest strength for any institution, I would say. Not necessarily only for these institutions which are enjoying legacy of having alumni associations of 30, 40, 50-year-old institutions, but this is something which I would recommend to almost every institute to get into, because as an alumni, for whatever the institute it may be, there is an emotional connect between the individual and the institute. And this is something which is more like a mother and child kind of a bondage. You don't have to really convince the either side that this is most precious and something which is completely selfless in its approach. And therefore, I would say yes, employment opportunity or business opportunity or networking opportunities are benefits, distinct benefits of alumni associations, but it can certainly be leveraged in very many other ways also. And alumni are the largest strength of any institution. It's like a growing pyramid. It's unending, keeps growing, keeps becoming stronger and stronger. And therefore, a lot remains between the institute and the alumni, which needs to be gainfully leveraged by both the sides. So
Wow.
yes, I do agree. Your observation is very right that it creates different opportunities, including employment opportunities also.
Yes, and I also think, in my humble opinion, Kalpen, that when we talk about career advancement in our lives, alumni often mentor younger graduates, probably guiding them to climb faster, and also giving them kind of access to insider knowledge, referrals, and recommendations, which may perhaps accelerate promotions and other growth, isn't it?
No, that's very true. It actually creates that immediate bond between the two individuals when they enjoy the common alma mater. So, being alum of the same institute certainly offers that small advantage to start with. It is up to the individual how one would leverage that. But initially, that bridge is established and it works very favorably. So, whether you are discussing a business opportunity or you're looking for, say, employment opportunity, or you want to discuss some idea, you're looking at mentorship inputs, when you're sitting across the table against your senior who is from the same institute, that trust, that faith, the feeling of transparency, that camaraderie, it all works very positively on both sides. So on one hand, there is a junior who is looking for ideas, looking for guidance, looking for mentorship, looking for support. On other side, there is a person who probably is in a position to do something. He has that small emotional connect with the person on the other side that I should do something for him or her, but it works very well. I mean, actually, I have often mentioned this analogy when I was working in corporates. I often said it is not one organization buying from another organization or doing business with another organization. It's one individual buying from another individual.
Wow,
Organizations are behind them. And
excellent.
therefore, when two individuals are able to create that chemistry and camaraderie, it will work under most circumstances. And therefore, it is indeed an advantage. And therefore, I would say not in terms of misusing or leveraging it negatively, but certainly the individual starts with a marginal advantage over others.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Kalpen, going further, when we look at it from business growth point of view, entrepreneurs tap alumni network for funding, clients, and collaborators, and some kind of trust is built through shared educational background, and which perhaps makes the business smoother and safer, isn't it?
I agree completely. To that extent, I mean, of course, IIT Delhi is known for its phenomenal entrepreneurial successes. Being the institute which has produced the largest number of unicorn builders and competing with none other than Stanford and Harvards of this world, and being in top five. So I would say, and all IITs, I mean, all IITs put together, they will go over anybody else. So having said this, this is an advantage, particularly with all older IITs where the alumni associations are very large. Probably each one would have a strength of 50,000 plus globally. And therefore, you will find someone or other in some place or other who really can help. And therefore, when you are tinkering with an idea, when you are looking for inputs, when you're looking for support, entrepreneur, the first thing that he needs is a good mentor. How to refine the idea, how to sharpen the focus, how to ensure that different inputs are available at the right time. And then, of course, creating a roadmap ahead by which the entrepreneur has some clarity about how this whole thing can roll out. Now, at each stage, a senior, a mentor, a guide can play a very meaningful role. And there cannot be any better mentor than your own alum. Now,
Yes.
here is a classical case of a very brilliant fellow working with some innovative idea. On the other hand, he has person who is senior, who's seen the industry, understood the nitty-gritty of it, who understands almost every aspect of business, and he is here available almost free and with complete transparency. You can trust him. He's not going to take the junior for a ride. So all these things work very well for youngsters. So their aspirations get articulated, they find support, they gain confidence, and where more often than not, they also get financial support, connectivity. So everything works in favor of the entrepreneur. So in a startup ecosystem, yes, this has a very critical role. Alumni play a very critical role. And as alumni associations, we also try to nurture this, build it up further, and create avenues by which there are frequent interactions. People have opportunity to meet seniors, and therefore even seniors also would have opportunity to listen to good ideas. And it's a synergistic, symbiotic growth on both the sides. Works very well.
Excellent, excellent. So, Kalpen, when we take another factor into consideration, that is knowledge and resources, where I think alumni associations they host workshops, conferences, and talks, and probably keep members updated with the industry trends, uh, basically to help stay ahead in knowledge, which may translate into better financial decisions and wealth accumulation. So, what do you have to say about this?
So this is another interesting aspect, which is, I would say, quote unquote, under continuing education program, where education doesn't end or learning doesn't end when you leave the campus. And therefore, while you are, of course, learning on the job or learning in the field, learning in the real life, you still would appreciate inputs coming, which are conceptual, intellectual, academic in nature. And then, of course, you have some of the best faculty members available, some of the corporate leaders available, some of the thinkers available, because they are part of your alumni system or the institute ecosystem. And therefore, organizing knowledge series or interactions where people who probably may have missed out learning some part of business or wanting to understand something more than what they already do, it serves purpose on both the sides. So we do have knowledge series where we regularly invite our faculty. At times, it also happens that on the campus you have missed out taking some course under some faculty who is really well known, who is so very popular, but it didn't fit into your curriculum at that point of time, or you didn't have faculty concern at your time. I myself attend IIM Ahmedabad faculty courses almost every time we invite them to Mumbai. It's great pleasure to hear them. I mean, we listen to youngsters who are probably 15, 20 years younger to many of us who are in the audience. And it's a joy to see them explain the scenario, analyze the scenario, take a case study and try to educate the class, which is probably average age is more than the faculty himself or herself. But it's a very nice exchange of knowledge, information, and happens in a very mature, organized way where people do benefit out of these programs. They are very popular. We also conduct programs for overseas faculty members who come. I mean, whenever they have time, we try to take them to any of our sessions. So all these things work meaningfully for the alumni, and at times, even people who have already retired, they are more curious to know what's happening. I mean, they want to understand digital marketing. They would
Yes.
like to know what is social networking, social platforms all about. Now, a person who doesn't really want to go out and probably take a class outside, he feels it so nice that somebody will come from the institute and explain all these things, and that interaction can continue further. So it's a nice mechanism. Besides knowledge sharing, you remain contemporary. You understand what are the trends, what are the say industry norms of that day, and that education continues forever. So knowledge series is another very interesting aspect of alumni activities, and it's of course again up to alumni association to identify the right people, identify the right topics, and
Yeah.
invite the right people, which generates adequate definite interest amongst the alumni, and they are successful, very successful.
That sounds wonderful, Kalpen. And then, when we talk about alumni, its importance, we're taking another factor of philanthropy and legacy, in which alumni networks encourage giving back, which enhances reputation and influence. And perhaps a strong reputation may directly boost opportunities that affect net worth. But we are talking about net worth out of this alumni association. So it's beyond money. I think
True.
that's how.
I would say, I mean, of course, I'm writing a book, so let me not talk about that particularly on this aspect, but I'll just mention a few small tidbit out of it. Alumni is not expected to contribute only through the wallet. So I think it's a small misconception that offering money or offering contribution to endowment fund is the only thing that alumni can do. And we are suggesting the concept of contribution through head, heart, hand, and wallet. And actually, wallet is the last. It's very easy to give money and say that I have fulfilled my responsibility. Idea is to get committed to a cause, committed to students, the campus, the faculty, the institute, and everywhere, wherever the inputs are possible, whether it is through your intellect, whether through your effort, whether through your emotional association with the institute and contributing towards various initiatives, everything matters. And therefore, the net worth is not only money, it's not only monetary value. When you have 60,000 intelligent minds, the the firepower of this or the brain power of this is very, very large.
Like a supercomputer.
Correct. What they can do, there is no limit to it. At the same time, I do agree, monetary support matters for the institute, for the students, for the alumni. And I may just mention an example of it. While I was president at IIT Delhi Alumni Association 3 years back, I unfortunately had three casualties,
Oh,
and three of our alum, including one student, they lost lives.
oh,
And our alumni association, I'm so very thankful and grateful to them. Within 24 hours, we could raise 25, 30 lakhs.
fantastic.
Now, within 24 hours, if we are able to give this assurance to the family, where likely the boy who's going to be the main bread earner for the rest of the family. It matters a lot. And people or the other students who come from disadvantaged strata of the society, even 25 lakhs is very large.
Yes.
Now, here I see the power of alumni to bail out anyone from any situation. It's just not money. And 25 lakhs is just a token amount. We have seen people contributing more than 25 crores. So we also have examples of people who have liberally, generously contributed to the institute for endowment fund. And at the same time, people who contributed 5,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees for a cause, which also matters. An operation for a staff member's small child,
Yeah.
if we are able to collect 5 lakh rupees and take her to AIMS and get her best of the treatment and also ensure rehabilitation program for next 3 years,
Wow.
I think that's the contribution. I mean, there is no value to it. It goes way beyond what we would conventionally understand in terms of giving back. But this is real giving back. You do it in so many different ways. And one has to be imaginative, one has to be active, and one has to keep the alumni engaged.
Wow.
Everything is possible.
Yeah. So I think this is such a wonderful thing, Kalpen, that it's a social net worth, also an intellectual net worth, as also an emotional net worth. So there's so many intangibles and invisible things which happen because of this bonhomie
True.
created.
Very
And
true.
this is so like so it basically compounds over time like investments and can significantly enhance so many things and another thing which I'm curious about is slightly away from this is that I also read in your profile on LinkedIn that you have co-authored a book, Meditations of 21st Century Hunter Gatherer, a
Yes.
very unusual title. What is it about?
Yeah, it is indeed slightly unusual, but the title has been slightly borrowed from Yuval Noah Harari's very famous book. And these are all deliberations on various topics. I think it's a 700 page thick volume. I would be very happy if somebody reads it and gives us feedback as to what the person has read there or understood there. But having said this, these are all so-called philosophical meandering.
Okay.
You have looked at various situations and try to analyze them on a preferably two by two kind of a matrix to make it slightly easier to understand. And it addresses quite many such situations, business related, society, social, economical, and therefore these are all a wanderer. He goes all around and looks at things with awe and curiosity, and then tries to interpret it in his own with his own lens. So it is actually giving interesting tidbits about many things in life. So it would be interesting. I would be very happy next time somebody has read the book and we have a separate session on that.
Where can one obtain this book from?
They should be available on Amazon. I'll forward the link to Zina people,
Sure.
Zina
Yeah, sure,
family.
sure. I think yeah, I think
Well,
they will benefit from your
yeah.
experience and your deep knowledge. And Kalpain, we can go on and on for hours and taking out those picking up those gems from your experience, but the time is limited, and therefore I would like to thank you from the core of my heart on behalf of Zina family. Kalpin, we'll connect again because there'll be so many things to talk about.
Thank you,
Thank
Colonel
you.
Singh. It was pleasure speaking to you. I mean, of course, this is a topic which is close to my heart since I am involved with alumni activities for nearly 15 years or so, and at fortunately two interesting places. There are many such interesting stories. Probably they will get reflected in my coming book, The Conscious Alumni,
Wow.
and we are trying to nudge the alumni to do something. And this is where we are presenting some 40, 50 very interesting alumni from different say backgrounds, not just IIT, IIM, alum, and people who have really contributed very meaningfully to the society in their own different ways. And there could be a few cases where they have not contributed by money, but they have taken money to create value. So I would say it's going to be interesting, but maybe we'll have to wait until end of April before the book becomes reality. Thank you.
All the very best, Kalpen, for your next venture, and hope we'll connect again.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Kanan. Thank you very much. And thanks, Zina, for this platform. Thank you. Yes,
Okay.
I'll take leave.